Whether you accept it or not, the times we live in are a pinnacle for humanity, and the choices our generation make will greatly affect the generations to come. Great debates that have raged across America for decades are finally being decided now. The legalization of marijuana is one of those debates, and now that it's been studied thoroughly, scientific fact backs both sides. There are definitely negative and side effects of marijuana along with any drug. However, there are also positive effects of it that could greatly benefit those in need. Therefore, medical marijuana should be nationally legalized as a form of medicine. Marijuana is a drug. That fact is undeniable. If you take too much of it, bad things are going to happen to you. However, if used appropriately with the right dosage and only used by those who have a legitimate reason for its usage, marijuana could be a medical force as effective as any prescription we use today. Marijuana should be made available as any other pharmaceutical drug nationwide. Full legalization will result in a nation of potheads, and if it remains criminalized, many of the advantages that the drug contains would never reach people who could actually use it. Legalizing marijuana as a medical drug would improve this nation's health system, and therefore it should be done. This point of view is basically the middle ground between full legalization and remaining criminalized as it is now. Full legalization, while it might sound appealing to some, is not a smart move for any country that wishes to be productive and successful. Clinical studies of marijuana have proven that high/regular usage does result in slower brain processing and memory loss. Basically, it makes you slightly lazy and can reduce your intelligence level if used often. That does not mean that everyone who smokes weed is dumb and lazy, merely that it is one of the long-term side effects associated with regular usage. Marijuana is chiefly used by teenagers in high school and college, people that are not part of the workforce. If marijuana was legalized and made available to the workforce, after about a year or so, one could safely assume that the general productivity of the workforce as a whole would greatly decrease. There have been many clinical studies done at universities that have undoubtedly proven that marijuana is beneficial to people suffering from terminal diseases such as cancer and AIDS, and even non-terminal conditions such as anorexia or glaucoma. Kate Scannell, MD, co-director of the Northern California Ethics Department at Kaiser Permanente and author of Death of the Good Doctor in 2003, stated that marijuana could ameliorate a patient's debilitating fatigue, restore appetite, diminish pain, remedy nausea, cure vomiting, and curtail down to the bone weight loss. Marijuana has also been used to remedy eating disorders and has had much success. The Institute of Medicine stated in 2001 that for the terminally ill suffering from nausea and debilitating pain, marijuana was actually more effective than any other treatment. By now, hundreds of studies have been done on the effects of marijuana across the globe, and all have proven that if the conditions of a patient are appropriate, medicinal marijuana should definitely be an option as a form of treatment. Maybe 5 years from now, maybe 3, maybe even 1, this country could be different. Marijuana would no longer be associated with the harmful drugs of the streets, such as heroin or crack. If my plan is acted out, marijuana would simply be another pharmaceutical drug, one that if in the right doses, helps people, not harms them.